If you're over 30 and you're not strength training, you may be losing one of the biggest tools for longevity and vitality. So look, muscle is not just for aesthetics. It's one of the most important longevity tools that we have. And there's a lot of people talking about it right now. There's Gabrielle Lyon's new book that talks about how important muscle is for longevity. And there's a lot of research that's come out that shows that the more muscle you lose over time, which starts at age 30, you start losing muscle year after year after year, all the way till you die. The faster you lose muscle, the faster you fall down, you break a hip, you develop diseases and disorder. So strength training is important. Maximizing the health of your metabolism is really important. Muscle is important in all of that, right? In optimizing your metabolism, in strengthening your body. It really sets you up to have a very high quality of life. So muscle building has to be part of your longevity plan, or at least muscle maintenance if you don't want to build muscle. Look, I could be on a muscle building program. I would be taking a lot more testosterone. I'm not taking any testosterone. I could be injecting my body with all these different things. I could look a completely different way than I do right now. But I'm going to talk to you in this video about how muscle is the longevity tool, and how you can maintain muscle and grow muscle. In fact, the last 2 years, I was 156 pounds. Right now, I'm 180 some odd pounds. So I've gained 20 pounds of muscle in the last couple of years. But ultimately, muscle building helps you, get fit. It helps you look fit. But there's a simple language in how muscles help with essentially blood sugar control and metabolic health. When you have healthy, lean body tissue, you have better resilience, you have better glucose and insulin control. And the muscle, it supports everyday life and tasks, like carrying things, getting off the floor, getting out of bed, balance, when you're out of balance, or when you get knocked over or something along those lines. It's not just about gym performance, right? So we're talking about resilience, muscle resilience. We're talking about muscle adaptability. We're talking about balance. We're talking about agility, right? Stuff that professional athletes work on. But this is stuff that a lot of people, they don't do when they go to the gym, which is also very important to challenge what they call your mechanoreceptors and proprioceptors in your muscles and your joints. So muscle loss is a real thing, okay? They call it rhabdomyolysis, is when you become sarcopenic, right? Sarcopenia is the slow loss of muscle over time. And a lot of people, they replace muscle with fat, right? So that as their body composition may be the same, or they weigh the exact same over the years, but they're losing muscle and they're gaining fat. They're like, oh yeah, I've weighed the same all of these years. Well, the reality is you probably are losing muscle and gaining fat is what is happening. So you can strengthen your muscles gradually. And there's some really cool ways of strengthening your muscles year after year after year. One way is what they call greasing the groove. I know this sounds weird, but the people in the muscle building and strengthening space are talking about this. So what are some common activities? Squatting, pull-ups, push-ups, lunges, rows, right? When you're using your back muscle. So when you do a pull-up, a push-up, a squat, and you do that multiple times a day without getting to fatigue, it's called greasing the groove. And greasing the groove is one of the best ways to create a neurological pattern recognition of the actual movement. And the more that you do the movement, the more your body is able to get stronger and stronger. So this is a very powerful concept. So think about this. If you are to do 10 squats not to fatigue, but you do 10 squats, call it 5 times a day, versus you go to the gym and you put a lot of weight on and then you do 8 squats and you get 2 reps or you get 3 repetitions in. What's better for strengthening your muscles? Of course, it's going to be the greasing the groove strategy, where you're getting more reps in, you're getting 50 reps in, and again, your pattern, you're neurologically developing that pattern recognition from your legs or your chest or whatever it might be, to know what that training looks like. Now, the other cool thing about greasing the groove is that you can do all the movements in a really, really good form. And so you can develop the proper neurological pattern of how to squat properly and how to do a push-up properly and how to do a reverse push-up properly, etc. So, resistance training is good, right? But it's different from just being active. And, being active is you're walking around the grocery store, you're doing general movements, right? But it's not actual strength training. And so what we're talking about is squats, hinge exercises like kettlebell swings, which you got to be careful with, which is why when you do kettlebell swings, it's good to do very light kettlebell swings. Then there's pushes, there's pull-ups, there's pulls, there's carries. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. In fact, farmer carries, where you're just like holding weight and walking around, is a great way to strengthening your grip strength, as well as your overall shoulder strength and your trap strength as well. But look, there isn't a perfect program. The goal is use resistance, either grease the groove throughout the day and do multiple, call it 30-second workouts throughout the day, which is what they're also calling, I think it's called exercise snacks, and or go to the gym and do like full-on 30, 45 minute, hour-long workout. Now, can you do it shorter time? I do it in shorter time, like 20 minutes. You can do that. But I do that, if I do a 20-minute workout, I'm doing it through circuit training. I am going from one exercise to another, and I'm doing cardiovascular training while I'm doing resistance training, because I'm not giving my body really a break. All right, so you don't need to be a bodybuilder, okay? It's not about, like, lifting muscles is not about, lifting weights is not about being a bodybuilder. It's a long-term insurance policy, right? This is a good way to look at it. And so the real goal is to stay capable, to stay strong, and to stay independent. I know that, my grandmother, I'm going to her house this weekend. She's 92 years old. She doesn't want to go to a senior living facility. She wants to be able to be at her home. And one way to do that is to exercise. Her mother lived to 104 years of age. 104 years of age. And when I asked, what did your mom do to stay healthy? She went for her walk in the morning. She ate the same porridge and berries every morning for breakfast. She did not eat a lot. She refused medications even though her cholesterol was high, which, by the way, when you look at the cholesterol from longevity communities around the world, their cholesterol is high. It's an interesting fact that the longest lived people in the world have high cholesterol. Something to put in the back of your head. So again, building enough muscle is important to support your joints, your metabolism, and daily functions. That should be the real target, not building muscle and pushing weight and destroying your joints because you think it's important just to lift heavy. It's actually more important to do exercise with the proper form and not like, restricting different unique movements. That's why I love about doing less weight in certain movements, is you can move your body in different ways that it's not used to moving in, because the body craves novelty. It craves doing different types of movements. So what I want to talk about now is how people usually wait until they're already weak or in pain to build strength. Guys, if you start greasing the groove, do exercise snacks now, this is gonna be something that will change the trajectory of your future. It's going to help you in a massive way get a lot healthier and a lot in a much better state of vitality. So again, think of this as something like, if you don't go to the gym, just do squats, push-ups, tricep dips on a chair, get something that you can do kind of reverse rows with when you're bent over. But look, you got to start somewhere, and I believe you can do something simple, repeatable. There's a lot of apps out there that are free workout apps that use your own body weight for the resistance, which is really fun, and a lot of free YouTube videos out there as well. So again, the musculoskeletal system is one of the best tools for living longer and aging better. And a really important takeaway is that if you start building strength now through either resistance training at a gym or resistance training through greasing the groove and exercise snacks, where you're doing just quick little 30-second snippets of exercise multiple times a day, it's going to have a dramatic effect on you. One last thing I'll say too about novelty is that, consider walking up the stairs backwards. Consider standing on one foot and closing your eyes and trying to balance. Consider walking up the stairs or walking around the house, laterally versus, excuse me, not laterally. Yeah, laterally, where you move, not forward and back, but, from side to side in a squat position. Your body loves those unique, novel things, and it optimizes brain function as well. I try to do this as much as I can. So if you've enjoyed this video, please share it with another person. Click that bell button to be notified for future content that we're going to be coming out with. And just remember that we're here for you. If you have any questions, go ahead, pop those in the comments, and we're happy to answer those. And if I said subscribe already, I apologize, but please do subscribe to the channel, because I would love to get more information out there like this to you. Thanks so much.